This Peter, you'll see this right after Memorial Day weekend. Okay, my key points. Market volatility in the US, great. I don't like it at all. But the key factor is that I have assets or holdings that are indexed in the US. That might be good or bad. That doesn't really matter. The key fact is that they're overvalued. The problem is, oh, what are the tax implications of selling now? What happens with the market? Doesn't matter. Holdings that are overvalued should be sold. That's my perspective. Then looking at what am I talking about? Just very briefly, we're talking about IBV mainly. We're talking about um, IBV, well, it's moving very slowly. This IWV and IWR. These ones are price per earnings ratios. I'm not sure if it comes out here. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. There's all this data that I always find irrelevant. The key factor here that is necessary is price to earnings ratio. They're at 24, 25, and 26. Doesn't make any sense. That is way beyond the 16, 18, 20 price per earnings ratio. This should be sold. Okay, then that's part of the conversation of the email I sent you guys. Okay, in which I was talking about, hey, I need a diversification of the portfolio. It's way too. Now it's going deeper, saying, hey, it's not only that I want to diversify, is I want to get rid or I want to liquidate the positions of overvalued holdings, especially given the volatility in the US market. I want to do it as fast as possible. Then the solution you offer is a new system. I've gone through the documents that you added here. I crunched them with my own LLM. Too unclear the amount of fees. Look, it doesn't really make sense because now we have US bank additional, someone needs to get paid. It's becoming too expensive. I understand, for example, one of my key challenges when I look at this, I can't seem to find what is the fee, the cost. With my other financial advisors, I can see every quarter what are they charging me in terms of fees out of the total holdings. In this case, I can't see it. I would just like to know, verify with you guys, what is the ratio? Okay, I'll put that in the email also, in the follow-up email. But this structure that you're mentioning here is adding cost. And when you add cost, when you simulate the cost of fees around 1.5, 2%, something like this, it just wipes out around 25 to 30% of your gains long term, and the impact is enormous. Okay, I don't know why it's showing me on this. Okay, so we have to keep it in the current structure. To keep it in the current structure, and the decisive part is that we need to liquidate. Okay, and then you're going to tell me, oh, but we can't liquidate the taxes. Well, first, it's not that much. Okay, we're talking about here the holdings are 22,000. Okay, the unrealized positions, if I understand correctly, this is 22,000 in capital gains. Let's see. Let's see when you execute this. Maybe we're down again. Who knows? But the key fact, that's not that much. And especially it's convenient because one reason that I'm talking to my other financial advisor, okay, it's time to rebalance. This year, I'm getting 2025, I'm going to make $0 or $10,000. It could be, and the reason for this is a move between one country to another, and then a move back. And I'm going to move back to Singapore in September. Very hard that I get a well-paid job in a short term in those few months. So if it happens, great. This I will have to pay capital gains on this, but I most probably can be below the 48,000 this year. That means we can take all the capital gains. For example, I'm telling here Croswell Capital, the other manager, I want you to get, like a minimum sale of BTI 20,000. I want you to get rid of. Why? Because it can be tax-free. And with you guys, I would say almost everything could be liquidated. And obviously, I'm not saying that needs to happen, but I'm saying I'm comfortable with it. Okay. And for sure, we need to liquidate as much as possible or of the IBV, okay, of these three assets. Sorry. This is IBV, IWV, and IVR. I will put this in the email. This one are the positions that need to be unwind as much as possible because they're clearly overpriced around 24. I think it's 24 or 26 price per earnings ratio. Let's get rid of them. Perfect. No tax, and then reinvest the money Or you tell me, if you tell me, no, the only way we can rebalance this in the long term is having this double structure. You would need to explain to me the cost structure, the cost structure, the fee structure. But right now, I'm not willing to pay more than 1%. I think is what I pay with the other advisor, 1.1% to it. I understand there's a value in the relationship. I understand this, but long term, this is absolutely crucial. Okay, so please, I'll send you the email. Okay, and I'll call you, Liz, on Tuesday, your Tuesday morning. Okay, basically liquidate. We can run the calculation, but I think you can liquidate absolutely all of the gains. Okay. And I'm not sure. I don't know why I don't have here the gains. In the other account, I do have the gains. Okay, doesn't matter. But where the capital and the capital gains, we could liquidate everything. Absolutely fine. And with the other advisor, I'll do a massive liquidation of Vanguard VTI. Okay. And I have some Vanguard VTI invested by myself on Vanguard. That is what I should be doing. But that's going to be okay. So I'll send you the email. I'll give you the call. I just wanted to explain because I understand that sometimes it can sound like people are a little bit crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I have a very clear strategy and there's a reason to do this. Okay, thanks.